Hey guys, Stephen Walters here with the Bobcat News Network, here with two Georgia College baseball seniors, Wesley Wommack and Garrett Green. Guys, thanks for being here.
Thank you for having us.
Thanks for having us. This is awesome. We always love getting together and doing things like this. It's awesome.
Very excited to give you guys some swings and to maybe show you a few things that we do and just give you kind of a behind-the-scenes look at the Georgia College baseball approach.
Show you what we've been doing this past 5 years.
Yeah, there you go. Well, you guys both seniors. Is that kind of creeping up on you guys?
Yeah, it really has. I mean, we, it's flown by. So it's gone by so fast. I mean, we like
blink of an eye.
Yeah, we were just freshmen a few days ago, it seems like, and now we're seniors. But it's awesome. We're a little bittersweet, and we probably will be when it's over. But we got a good group of younger guys that we've kind of been taking under our wing, and we're just trying to stay consistent on the field and keep playing this great game that we're allowed to play. And
we love seeing the generation of Bobcats each year. We've been here, and now we're on the back end of it, and we see things a little bit different. But we got such a good young group of kids, and their heads in the right place. They're great ball players. They got a great work ethic. Yeah. The program's headed in a good direction, and we're happy to continue to leave that legacy, if you will, and hopefully this next month continue doing that, because this is a special place, and we're happy to be a part of it and pass through it.
Yeah. Now, speaking of those 4 years, you guys have made some adjustments at the plate over that time. Garrett, let's start with you. Talk to me about some of the adjustments you've made.
I've made a lot of adjustments in my career. I heard Alex Bregman say it best. He said your swing is always trying to get away from you, and that's the best way I've ever heard it put. A baseball swing, kind of like a golf swing, it's different every day. It changes. You got to make in-game adjustments, pitch-by-pitch adjustments, or you may be hot for a month. They can't get you out, and then you show up one day at the park and you're like, what happened? I'm 0 for 4, what happened? I'm not seeing the ball. It's just the game will humble you quickly. But some adjustments I've made in my career. Early on in my career, I was a big high finish guy, one-hand high finish, and I felt like I was kind of cutting my swing off a little bit and getting in and out of the zone too quick, kind of with that one-hand finish coming high. So last year, my junior year, I had a really good year. I was blessed. I had a really good year, and one of the biggest adjustments I made was just a two-hand finish. Everything was tight, and everything was kind of on this tight plane here. Hands were in tight, body was connected, and my swing plane was a little flatter. I know launch angle is a big new thing in the big leagues, but I've never really tried to pay a whole lot of attention to that. I don't have a lot of career home runs anyway, so I didn't think I was going to start now, obviously, with one season left. So I'm a big two-hand finish believer for my swing, just kind of flat, get in the zone early, really get that bat in the zone, in the launch angle, and stay with a tight two-hand finish. That's one of the biggest adjustments I've made.
And so, Garrett, show me where you set up in the box. We'll take a few swings here.
Yeah, so I like to set up kind of middle to back. A lot of guys love the back of the box, and for whatever reason or not, I've never been a huge way back in the box guy. I've just had a lot of success with my midsection kind of being right over that middle. If you cut the plate into thirds, right over that second third on the back. So my, kind of straight down my chin, midsection hanging over that, and I'm a big believer for my swing. I like to get on the plate a little bit. That's kind of what's always worked for me. Doesn't seem to rattle pitchers because I've had many pitchers get me out. But I like to crowd the plate and kind of get in there and do my thing. But when I start every day, I like to just get a little warm-up routine off the tee. I like to just do a walkthrough, and that just gets me connected. It gets my body moving, and it gets my body in the right direction, not pulling off, not staying stagnant, really get moving. So I'll do one of those, and I'll just try to hit the ball middle, and stay through it. And then from there, I really just like to move the tee around, just to make sure my swing, I'm creating that plate coverage. We talk a lot about plate coverage and covering all pitches. You don't want to just be covering the one out here or covering the one out there. And I don't want my hands to kind of get too far away from me. I want to hit the ball tight, and I want to feel like I'm connected. So if I got a ball here, I might move it here, but wherever I do move it, for example, this is just outer half. I really want to hit this ball in the 4-hole. I'll just set up here, stay tight, and really drive that ball right towards the second baseman. And if I can do that, I know that I'm setting my hands for a good day at the plate when I do face a pitcher, because I'm covering all pitches, whether it be in or out.
And talk to me that the little bounce that you added right now.
Yeah.
So you said it keeps you a little tighter?
Yeah, well, I've definitely made a lot of hand adjustments in my career. You know, I've been up here, I've been at, here, I've been flat. Like I said, the game's all about adjustments, and I've always been a hitter for whatever reason, man. I'm always making adjustments to my swing. Some people may go their whole career and never look different. I've looked different probably 5 times in my career here. I've had a leg kick, I've had just a heel cock, but what's really working for me this back half of the season, my hands were getting away from me a little bit, and coach just said I just really didn't have nothing on it. I was just kind of flailing out the ball. So lately I really got my hands tight, just kind of bouncing off my shoulder a little bit, and just a nice simple approach. Just kind of raising them up is my load, and getting in my legs and just driving through the ball. So whatever's working for you at the time is what you got to go with, man. That's just kind of how it goes.
All about
sometimes.
feel.
That's right.
Now, Wes, show us.
Yes.
We're going to flip around here with the lefty Wes.
Yeah, so like Garrett was saying, we're constantly changing. Early in my career, I was more of a leg kick guy that would really just get the most out of my swing, pound per pound. I was always a big guy that tried to mainly pull the ball first. I was focused on, I knew where my power zone was, which is right center, right field. So that was one thing that I was trying to do, is to produce the most power. And I was having a hard time covering the outer part of the plate. That was one thing. I was in my load, and the ball was past me, and I had no chance at the ball away. So give you a little image of where I am in the plate. I'm predominantly back. I like to put my front foot around that front third that Garrett was talking about. I'm in that area. Depending on the pitcher and what his tendencies are or where he's pitching me, I might either be a little bit on or a little bit off. I like to move front and back of the box, just because I think that, if you're not seeing it as well, or you might be getting beat inside, you could get off a little bit. If you can't cover the outer half this one day and he's pounding the ball away, then you could get on a little bit. So I made that a box adjustment at times, but now I got away from the leg kick the last few years, and what I've been doing was a heel lift. So I take that back. I messed around with the leg kick just a little bit this year, and it wasn't working. I wasn't as consistent as I could be. So I went back to the roots and back to my strength, and went to just a little leg lift. If you look at Freddie Freeman, that's one person that I really idolize and I look up to. His swing is very simple, very aggressive. Once his heel lands and he's in his power spot, he explodes through the baseball, and that's one thing I like to do. And my hands I like to really just keep them loose. They've been in different areas, but I like to just focus on my legs. I think the legs start your swing. You're in this ground. You use the ground for a reason, and you got to be strong in the legs. So I'll show you a few swings. When I come in here, I want to think about, I want to keep my heel in the ground, like I'm basically taking some concrete and pouring it into my heel, and I want it to stay there. I want to use the ground to my strengths. So the first thing I'll do is a few what's called a step back drill. And what the step back drill does is it basically just allows you to gather, to get in your backside and use the ground and your backside to produce that power and that barrel frequency. Let me move the tee up just a little bit. I'll hit a few more of those. So I like to come in here and take maybe 4 swings with the step back, and I'm always focused on the left side of the field. I want to stay through the baseball. I want to hit the ball the other way, because the pull side shows up. I mean, that just happens naturally in the game. So show you another little step back here. And I'm wanting to find that barrel. Some days if I come in here and I'm not finding the barrel as much, then I'll really just focus on driving that knob to the ball and letting the barrel do what it's supposed to do. Take one more swing here. So I go about 4 step backs, and then I just do about 4 to 5 straight up in my stance. And one thing that I like to tell people is I like to imagine a pitcher. So I like to imagine a pitcher there. So I will look at the ball, look at the pitcher, lock in on the pitcher, and then create it as if I'm getting in my load and I'm hitting a baseball. So I'll show you guys here. Let me hit one more. That was.
And so on that one, what did you feel you did wrong?
So that one there, I hit a little bit of the top half of the ball. I came out of my legs a little too soon. So what you want to do, you got to get in your legs, you got to gather, and you have to give yourself time and space. Well, that right there, I didn't give myself enough time. I kind of came at it and rushed, and therefore hit the top half of the ball. So let me get a better swing here. So a lot of things go into a baseball swing, but what me and Garrett all like to do is just try to keep it simple. You know, the mechanics are in here, but when you go to the field, you want to just focus and lock in on hitting a baseball. You don't want to worry about your mechanics. You want to just worry about putting a good swing on the ball and letting the rest take care of itself.
Awesome. Well, hey, it looked good. Wes, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Garrett, thank you very much. Two of the best in the PBC right here, just about to graduate. Thanks for taking a little time, guys.
Thank you. Thank you for having us.
Thank y'all.